And our coverage from Rome continuing right now, coming all the way from Italy, our very own, Toledo Blades' very own Kyle Rowland joining us now from across the ocean. Brother, how's everything going for you today?
Going well. Another busy day, but it's always fun tooling around Rome and eating the wonderful food.
Yeah, you guys have had definitely a busy schedule over the last couple of days. What does your Friday include over there with the team?
Included 2 hours of practice. They were in shoulder pads, and we're actually doing some hitting. Interestingly enough, the scout team was doing a lot of triple option, which means Michigan is already getting prepared for Air Force, and of all places, they're doing it in Italy. So that was one kind of, observation. Afterwards, Jim Harbaugh did some opera singing. So you just never know what you're going to get with this guy.
All right, Kyle. So we know the NFL draft was last night, and a couple of their Michigan Wolverines brothers did make their way on up to the NFL. Were any of the guys awake last night, staying awake? I believe it was through the early morning hours for all of you. Did anybody stay up, and did anybody get in contact with Jabril this morning?
Yeah, very early morning hours. Draft started at 2 a.m., and by the time Peppers and Taco Charlton were selected, it probably would have been about 4 or 5 a.m. here. So I don't think anyone was up to watch it. Jim Harbaugh said he was not going to stay up to watch it. But the teammates, their former teammates and Harbaugh, were both very, very excited about, those guys moving on and being first-round draft picks. So tonight they're going to have more guys taken. I imagine Chris Wormley from Toledo will be one of those guys. And then into the weekend, there'll be several more on Saturday. So I think you're looking at double-digit Michigan players that'll be drafted.
Yeah, definitely. No doubt about it. A ton of fantastic talent coming out of the Michigan Wolverines last year, making their way on up to the NFL. And I got to ask you, obviously when you make your way up to college football to pro football, the game changes a little bit. It's faster. But I saw some video that looked like these guys, entire different sport. They were doing some gladiator training.
That is right. They went to Gladiator school. That's literally what it is called. After practice today, Jim Harbaugh was reciting lines from the movie Gladiator, which was just hysterical, as you might imagine. He never ceases to amaze people. And then him and Tim Drevno actually got into a sword fight. So it was an interesting time at Gladiator school.
Yeah, that's definitely a very... it's something different. You don't see that every single day. Kyle, you've had so many great moments that you've covered since making your way over there, and so many of them gone viral, even from Jim Harbaugh putting a milk in his back pocket to we saw Harbaugh presenting a helmet to the Pope. What moment has really stood out to you personally as we start to wind down this trip over into Italy?
Yeah, that's a good question. It all just kind of runs together. I don't know. Overall, this trip has just totally exceeded everyone's expectations, I think, that's over here. We all kind of didn't know what to think. We had an itinerary. We didn't know how it would go. It's all gone smoothly, and it's all just been even better than we could have imagined. So I know the team is just thrilled. Jim Harbaugh's thrilled with all the team bonding. But if you had to pick one moment, I guess just the Coliseum, just being in there and knowing the history and seeing it all, and it's just an unbelievable sight to be inside that building.
All right, Kyle Rowland has been our exclusive look into the Michigan Wolverines trip over to Rome all week long, brought to you by the Buckeye Wolverines Shop and the Toledo Blade. Thank you so much, Kyle. We appreciate all of your coverage all week long.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.